We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy. And we've got Allie LaForce reporting from the sideline. A pass to Fox. In the corner, it's Wembanyama. That three off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
You know, Stan, you look at Wembanyama's frame. Does he need to get any stronger? Put on more muscle, more bulk?
Well, Kevin, of course he could use to improve on his strength. But he's strong enough right now to be one of the best players in the league. We've seen that. But as he gets older, a lot of that strength's just going to come naturally. The scary thing is, for coaches and players around the league, not on his team, this guy's just going to keep getting better. Oh, yeah. Caruso has major spring to his game.
In the corner, it's Wembanyama. Good, and a nice assist from Fox.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Holmgren outside. Holmgren the screen. Pass to Williams. Kicks it out to Holmgren. Shot clock at 2. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And so just over a minute and a half played. They get a hand on it. Williams with the steal. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
First team foul.
Holmgren outside. Rebound San Antonio. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Mark Dagnall gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Well, no surprise, we started chatting about Victor Wembanyama, and I asked what the plan was there, and Coach said with a shrug, stay on him and hope for the best. What can you do? So still no magic answers for how to slow down a unique threat like Wemby on the floor. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks. And Greg, the Thunder, NBA champions at last, and still incredibly young.
And this is no fluke. They defended, they shared it, trusted in the system and one another. The league's been put on notice. This team is just getting started.
Wembanyama, no good. To the inside. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
And it's Fox with the jam.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
Down low. Williams. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
Here's Wembanyama. It's stolen by Dort. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Now, here's Holmgren. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Devin Vassell.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Thunder shooting their first free throws of the game. And Mitch Johnson, Stan, now taking over full-time as head coach of the Spurs.
Well, look, Mitch Johnson's the son of an NBA player and a high-level point guard in college. He knows how to run a team and favors that pacing space style.
Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
You want a high percentage take offensively, get it to Holmgren in that spot.
And here's Barnes for 3. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist.
That's how they... like to see him operate. Big part of their attack.
Outside Williams. Pass to Holmgren. Back to Williams. And Williams with the stuff.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Now Williams. He's got 9. A 3-ball. Holmgren. 1 second left. Can't get the layup. And so it's Jalen Williams making things happen for the Thunder. He finishes.
The Spurs, 10.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Oklahoma City.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
Wallace attacking. Here's Hartenstein. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
Well, if you're going to let him get that close to the rim, that's what's going to happen. Leaving no room for error with the slam.
Into the lane. Top of the key, Hartenstein. Screen by Hartenstein. Over Wembanyama. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Wembanyama outside. And the foul called on Victor Wembanyama. That is his first foul of the game. You know, Greg, a lot of the best scorers do what's called punting, looking to create contact with the defender that they've zeroed in on.
Yeah, and that can be a legitimate technique to really negate a shot blocker. But when the offensive player basically initiates all the contact, we could do without some of those cheap foul calls against the defender. I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
And just maybe the quickest player in the league, Fox can get to the bucket at will. Better bring some help when he's driving.
Here's Williams. To the paint. Vassell grabs the board. Spurs trail by 9. A drive by Wembanyama.
Oh, Victor Wembanyama, a thunderous finish there.
And thus far in his career, GA, Victor Wembanyama is averaging well over 3 blocks per game.
Matter of fact, if he can maintain this rate, he's on pace to average the most blocks of any player in NBA history, surpassing the towering Marquis.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks, guys. The Spurs last season acquiring De'Aaron Fox, he said what this team struggled with are the things that I bring. Self-creation, being able to touch the paint, getting into the teeth of the defense and collapsing it. And regardless of how well I'm playing in a game, I still command attention. My guys never just leave me. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, Allie, we thank you.
On a dime, Shea got right where he wanted for that shot.
Here's Fox. In the corner, Castle with it. Here's Wembanyama for 3. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
Outside Williams. Holmgren left side. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Well-placed pass in the hands of a guy ready to attack.
Wembanyama outside. Pass to Castle. nobody near Barnes. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Gilgeous Alexander surveying the D. Here's Williams. 6 to shoot. And the slam by Williams.
And the dunk was nice, Kevin, but the move he made to free himself up was a thing of beauty.
It sure was, Greg. What a savvy play to get into position for that jam. Here's SGA. Back to Dort. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Thunder lead by 6. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And so here is Oklahoma City. They've led by as many as 11 points. Gilgeous Alexander attacking inside. Holmgren outside. Williams a screen. Misses from close range. Spurs trail by 6. Pass to Champagny. Takes a 3. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Defensively, if you're going to disrupt his rhythm, you have to put more pressure on him.
And Greg, with Stephon Castle winning the 2025 Rookie of the Year award, the Spurs went back-to-back in that category.
Yeah, of course, Victor Wembanyama winning that same award in 24. Just more confirmation that these Spurs are building something special.
A 3 from Barnes. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Barnes has got 9.
And there's a nice playmaking element to Castle's game, especially at 6'6".
And Fox with a clear path to the basket.
No hesitation. He just takes off and takes it the distance.
Well, the best way to attack is in transition. He recognizes that.
And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over.
And Coach is looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Well, that's the job, right? Your duty as a coach is to finesse your lineups so your guys get the best chance to succeed.
And they call an illegal screen here.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
There's the drive, and it's Fox with the jam.
And one of the quickest players in basketball. Love watching Fox use that momentum to his advantage on the drive.
Left side, SGA. Looking to end the run. And Gilgeous Alexander throws it down.
Oh, how about the slam there from Gilgeous Alexander? He loves getting that type of positioning down low.
The 3 from Barnes. Offensive rebound, Spurs. Out to the right wing. Here's Wembanyama.
Wembanyama is a specimen going at the rim there with a purpose.
Holmgren at the elbow. Back to Caruso. Pass to SGA. Rebounded by Castle. For the Spurs with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Here we go, Coach. The 2025 Rookie of the Year, Stephon Castle.
Yeah, look, Kevin, you can't say too many good things about this guy, but it starts with this. Like all the best players in the league, he plays both ends of the floor. Stephon Castle can take on the assignment of guarding the best player on the other team, and he's a guy whose skills are rapidly improving offensively. The future is great for this guy.
And it's Williams finishing it off.
You see the court awareness from Holmgren. Nice job spotting the open man.
And a wide open look for Wembanyama. Off target from three-point range. Outside, SGA. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. It's stolen. Wembanyama off the bounce. And now we've got the intentional foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
1:03 left to play in the third. Back to Wembanyama. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he runs.
2 points. That one goes. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
We've got 33 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Clock at 6. Back to Fox. And it's Fox with the jam.
Well, I think it's fair to say that Fox is in the zone right now. An exciting player to watch. I just love seeing how he can take over a game with his aggressiveness.
Now, here's SGA. He's got 8. And they'll turn it over. He did not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
Well, that one stings. In a game where every possession counts, he just gave one away.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Here's Champagnie. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Spurs out in front, up 2.
39.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. So it's the Spurs now. The lead is 2. Castle with it. Outside, Fox. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Wembanyama. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Here's Caruso. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, as the younger generation would say, Alex Caruso has that dog in him. He's a tenacious player on both sides of the ball and is constantly looking for ways to affect the game.
Outside, Fox. In the corner, Castle with it. And it's off from three-point range. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Outside, SGA. Inside. There's Williams. Oh, they get it back. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. To the middle. With the clock winding down. And Williams with the stuff.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Up top, Fox. Pass to Barnes. Now, Castle. Here's Champagny. SGA defending. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
What I like about Holmgren, he's a lot more physical than his frame would indicate.
Holmgren hits them both. San Antonio trailing here. Outside, Wembanyama. He's off from three. And it's Williams with the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've led by as many as 11 points. That one is off. And the Spurs with possession. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Oh, and he cannot get the layup. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put out of control.
Oh, that's the highlight of the night. Wembanyama.
A big moment for the big man. Wembanyama stepping up in a huge way.
On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. A second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Mark Daigneault had some words for his team over the last break. He was very passionately telling his team, don't give them an inch when they have the ball. This game is going to come down to defense. I need you guys to work hard and close this one out. Guys?
Thank you, Allie. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Spurs trailed by 3. Now Castle. Outside, Wembanyama. Holmgren with the steal. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. And he drives in. Oh, what a play inside.
And what a shot from Gilgeous-Alexander. This guy isn't afraid of the moment. Wow.
Well, with his size, Wembanyama is the ideal option in close situations. Wembanyama will get a clean look.
Really the best result they could have hoped for on that possession. They get back all 3 points they just gave up and are close to putting this thing out of reach.
.41 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Holmgren. From deep. Buries the deep ball.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, Make smart decisions. Don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. It's the first that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
Hey, he made every one to put a little extra security around this lead.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
Well, I've been in this spot more times than I'd like to admit. All you can do is tell your guys to hold their heads up and finish strong.
So we see the Thunder get the win here. Probably a little closer than they would have liked.